Hi, I'm Fred, and welcome back to the Forever Bedrock Realm. Now, you may be asking yourself, how did I get here? Listen, things become a trope for a reason, just play along, alright? I'm in the Nether, I got here through a portal. How do you think? Today we're building a Froglight Farm. Perfect. Yes. Jump all you want, little magma cubes. You shan't be here long. Okay, technically we're building 2 Froglight Farms. You know, one for each of the 3 frogs. There's a reason for that, and maybe I'll get into it, but I really don't want to. Suffice to say, I've got all the tips and tricks you need, so you don't have to go through what I've done. But friends, you say, I don't see any magma cube spawners around here. How is this possible? Well, my imaginary friend, it's possible because we're in a basalt delta. Also, magma cubes spawn in a lot of different biomes in the Nether. But in basalt delta, they spawn the highest rates. You can tell you're in a basalt delta because of all the gray floaty bits in the air. And you'll notice that I'm high up in the Nether. That's just because we have our hub here. But it works out in our favor because, as usual, in Bedrock, mobs spawn from the top of the world down, even if you're in the Nether. Now, I built this last night, and I've got a fair number of verdant froglights, and only a few of the pearlescent and ochre. That's because I just finished those 2. Now, I hadn't really planned to build this, so I didn't record any of it. In fact, this is like my 3rd or 4th design. One of the reasons why there's actually 2 farms. I could have put the other 2 frogs in here, I just didn't feel like it. By that time, I wanted to record me building a farm so you could actually watch it. So all you have to do is hollow out a spot up in your basalt deltas, 9 by 10 by 5. Don't worry about the floor being magma here. It was part of a 2-layer design that didn't work because the wiki is wrong. Magma cubes don't spawn on magma blocks, at least in Bedrock. Also, a number of other things are wrong. For instance, in Bedrock, smaller magma cubes will spawn in a too high spot. Ask me how I know. No, I didn't die. So we're doing a 9 by 10 because you want an even number across for your rails. Go down the middle with redstone blocks just to fire them up. Throw down your rails, standard pickup pattern. When you're done, cover it up with solid blocks. Don't make them magma blocks. It won't work. And it'll kill your frogs. Throw in your hopper minecart, move to the next step. The next step is finish hollowing out the 3 layers above that platform we just built on top of the rails. Now, if we look at the lower level, you'll actually see I've got 4 levels down here instead of 3. That was an accident, part of that dual layer design. But what it means is I'm also getting gas spawned in here, and I'm picking up gas tiers and gunpowder. It also means that I can hear the gas screaming while they freeze to death in my AFK spot. It is unpleasant. Once that's done, put a layer of any kind of temporary block like this, 4x4 spaced by 1, and put powdered snow on top of it. You'll remove those blocks later. They'll float there, and that's what will end up killing the magma cubes. The fun bit is, if you do happen to find a bastion remnant that's a treasure room, which means that there's a magma cube spawner in the basement, you can hollow out beneath that magma cube spawner, put this entire setup underneath it, and still have your Froglight Farm. But A, that's much more dangerous. B, those are super far away, at least they are for us. And C, I didn't wanna. This is a nearly cheap and easy farm. I mean, you have to go to the Nether for it, but you don't need any Nether components for it. Except for the magma cubes, which only spawn in Nether. So then comes the long process of breeding up your frogs. You already have your tadpoles in a bucket from earlier, right? I talked about that process in my video on how hard the allay is to actually get if you're on a pre-existing world. There are 3 types of frogs. The green ones, the white ones, and the orange ones. Those colors relate to the climate of the biome that they're grown in. You can pick up tadpoles from anywhere and actually raise them in whatever biome you want to target your color. The greens are part of the cold biomes, the whites are part of the hot biomes, and the oranges are part of the temperate biomes. And there is a reason for that seems completely anathema to how we know about camouflaging animals. But these are actually based on real frogs in the world. Now I'm doing this process in the savannah right on the edge of a temperate zone, because if I go deeper in the savannah, there's an outpost there. Plus, I have to get these back through Fluffy's nether portal. And while it's fairly safe, it's far away. Also, it's not safe for frogs. I gotta go back and pick up those dirt blocks. And then you just drag them through the nether to where your farm is. Put them in there, make sure they don't go anywhere. Remove the blocks from underneath them because apparently they're going to jump right onto them and freeze to death if you don't. And they'll go back and get the rest of your frogs. Now AFKing in the nether can be a little dicey. You'll see that I've got slabs down here. I've got fence gates here. I've got a light here. I'm strapped with my sword. And all this is because in the first iteration I accidentally used a open wall design and little magma cubes were able to climb up the ladder and start attacking me. So be careful about how you AFK. This is about 24 blocks away from the edge of the farm. And I've got another AFK spot that is also 25 blocks away from the edge of those farms. But over here, I usually just throw up a couple of blocks. That'll keep me safe. This spot is only because I wanted to be able to see if this was actually working. And look at it work. The way this works is that magma cubes can spawn into this space because powdered snow doesn't have a hitbox. That's what allows us, who don't wear leather boots, to fall in them and almost freeze to death every time we're walking around a mountain. Yes, I'm speaking from experience, which you would know if you've been watching videos this entire year. It's been 6 months of me falling into snow. A little bitter about it. Anywho, the big magma cubes obviously are going to be stuck right in the snow blocks because they're big. The medium-sized ones are kind of floating around the edge. They can kind of hide, but not really, and they always randomly jump around, so they get in the snow blocks, they freeze to death. Both times dropping magma cream, so you know, bonus. And then, finally, the smallest magma cubes get eaten by the frogs, who then poop out froglights. And the wiki doesn't say this, but hey, it's a brand new feature. Plus, let's refer back to the magma cube and how completely inaccurate it is for Bedrock. But anyway, frogs will produce more than one froglight per magma cube, which is why I can gather so many so quickly with just 2 frogs apiece. And yeah, it's taken me hours to get this near shulker box worth. For some reason, Joe wants a shulker of verdant froglight, and that happened to be the first one I did, so it worked out. But you can up this? You can up this by making a larger platform, multiple platforms, or yeah, finding a bastion remnant with a treasure room and digging down into the lava, remember, into the lava, with piglins and hoglins and magma cubes spawning on top of your head. And don't forget the brutes, because if you forget the brutes, they're going to shoot you in the face, you're going to die. So if you have a little patience, a little luck, a little care, and you know, a good book to read, maybe some knitting, crochet, whatever you'd like to do, let this just work for you, like I do. So dupe and dupe, and then I go do the dishes, put away my laundry, clean the cat box. Okay, I've only done one of those things today, but I gotta do the other 2 before I go to bed. And you too can have infinite froglights, which have a really weird breaking sound. That doesn't make any sense to me. What are these things? What is the sound of one poop clapping? Now that those are all done, and I've got extra buckets of tadpole, let's go throw them into storage. Click the card to watch the video where I created storage. My non-shop shop. And 2 for me, and some overflow lights. My book and totem emporium is doing wonders. Look how many totems they have. And my raid farm isn't even completely AFK. It's actually kind of annoying. It's almost killed me a couple of times. But books you can tell are being used. I've also thrown in some Soul Speed 1 books from the bartering farm I built. Hey Lunar Moon, I found more definitely Easter eggs the other day. When is Easter over? Hey K-Dog, your door's been missing forever. Teach the baby to play Minecraft already. Get back on the realm. We miss you. The bonus to having the Froglight farms over here is that they give me an excuse to visit this build, you know, when I'm done with it. I mean, you can't tell now because it won't load, but I'm getting close. It's almost a complete circle. I've just got that giant hole and this slightly smaller one. And once I fill those in, I can then put the top on this thing. I've got 2 random white foxes that have stolen bits and pieces from me. So I guess they live here now. Oh, good. Minecraft creatures are so... Stop running into the fire! Like, seriously. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Go out and build your own Froglight farm. If you like this farm, check out the mud farm I just built. Just some of the fun we're having with 119. I have fun by avoiding a warden. Not everyone does though, so check out the playlist of the other for our bedrockers. Links are below. I'll talk to y'all later.